Hello friends, it's Kelly here. I just finished making a shorter version of this flip through. So if you don't want to listen to all the talking, just go to my video list and it is called My Third Journal in 3 Minutes. I didn't do the camera properly, so it didn't turn into a short, but you can look at the same stuff in just under 3 minutes and not have to listen to me talk. This is going to take a little while. This was the third journal that I started to create last year. And what happened was I started to do other projects that I wanted to do for friends, and I kind of lost my passion to finish it. So I decided that it should be finished. We shouldn't leave anything unfinished. So the last few days I've been adding things to the last couple of pages that need finishing. And I just decided that, yeah, it needs to be done. So, stencil, obviously an upcycled book. And like I did with my first journal, I kept the first few, those pages. Is it called flypaper? I don't remember what it's called. I'm not really sure. But I kept those pages and used them instead. So this is an interactive one. This journal's got lots of places to journal in. Clothing tags, because this is, after all, supposed to have junk in it. So if I don't have anything in the page, often I'll just use some stenciling to make it pretty, but it's meant to be written on. And a lot of my tags I use from, I make from, or I use junk mail, the stuff that has often has a shiny surface on it, and I just sand it down a little bit. This is a napkin, and this is probably made from an old file folder, and things from scrapbook paper too. See. In the background, you're going to hear my dogs. They're both... Timber is now happy that Lola has decided to lay on the sofa with him. And he's just decided that's not acceptable. And he wants it all to himself. And she's annoying him. My oak tree in my garden. And this is one of the pages out of the actual original book. Was it this book? Maybe it was an original different book. No, it was from another book. Note about the author or the editor. Maybe it is this book. This is lace and stitched in. This is made from upcycled vintage wrapping paper. I decided to leave a little pocket on the top. A sticker color, stamp colored. Lots of places to journal. So this one's made from a paper bag. Old stamps. This is meant to be for gifting a bottle of wine. And there's a price tag on it. I used to sell a lot of things at a craft store in Port Hardy. And some of the things when I moved didn't sell. There were still a few things left. And there's some things left over. Fake tickets. Journaling space. Another one of those. It's done like a matchbook, and I put a little circle there to have something to hold it. I really feel like I could have blinged up some of the things more, but it's okay. There's a hidden paper clip, and it's interactive. CD case. Places to journal. Cluster, double belly band, music paper turned into an envelope, little journaling card I made from paper, another one. So this looks like it is just a little tuck spot, which is great. But when you open it, it's actually like a sort of a hidden journaling spot. Journaling, random paper pieces, an envelope. And since I haven't opened these in a while, some of the stuff I'm not really sure, which is why this flip through is going to take a little bit longer. So feel free to put it on double speed, however as you do that. I'll sound like a little munchkin, but that's okay. I love making little scrappy notebooks. That's just some Temu paper. Little envelope with a card inside. And I did a journal on making little envelopes. All this was done with a template, but I did a journal on, I did a short video on making these types of envelopes. They're not very hard. You can do them in a couple minutes. I'm going to just adjust here because I feel like I'm getting too much up in the frame here. Ooh. I want to say this was a Sara Lee, but I can't be sure. I watched another junk journaler do a broken. I have no idea. It looks like somebody used this one for, they must have ran out of the King of Diamonds and they just used it for their King of Diamonds. It's an old vintage pack I found. It's actually plastic, I think. And then on this side, there's more little pockets, places to put things. And this is a stick-on wall tile. I bought a pack of them. And I peeled them back, and in the area that I want to make as the pocket, I leave some paper on there so the whole backside isn't sticky, just the edges. Just a giant tag. I like these. This is a very random journal. It's it bounces around from different things, and these are more. I made these envelopes in another video. Ooh, see, more of that napkin. And I also like to use clothing tags, so covered up the words with some paper. This is from an old journal. My dog is licking his feet, so that's the weird sound you hear in the background. Timber, that's enough. Yeah, well, that gets to be video recorded for perpetuity. That was my girl dog tooting. That was hilarious. Do you need to go outside? All right, I'm going to pause for a potty break. So I'm back, had a little pee break, and you got to experience one of the wonderful pleasures of owning Rottweilers. They tend to be a little gassy. Well, luckily you didn't have to smell it, you just got to hear it. I couldn't have planned that. Oh, yeah. This stuff at the craft store, just little ribbons, and they stick really well with just the regular art glitter glue. And this is a one paper fold. Just little this, when I do this, it reminds me of the little ghosts in Pac-Man. For some reason, I don't know. I'm dating myself. And this is some scrapbook paper, and it's got a velvet cover, so it feels really nice. This is a sky painting from a magazine. I left it shiny, though. So this is just a whole bunch of little pieces of book paper, ripped up and put together. So if you wanted to write across it, or somebody might like to write just little ideas in each piece, or little things that inspire them. This is also a clothing tag. But then I thought I should put a band on it as a playing card, upcycled, with some of that napkin. Yeah. So I'm not sure if this is... Okay, that is not a hidden paper clip. That is stuck this time. That's a leaf, a Japanese maple leaf from my garden. And I turned it into a tab. It's another little notebook made from paper bag. Is anything else? Oh, that's all. And just some stenciling. Junk mail. Gotta love your junk mail. Random pieces of paper to write on. While it's a pretty eclectic journal, I did try to, every time I opened a page, I tried to tie them to the two of the pages together somehow. You know, the blue to match the blue, or something like that. This is the green. This one missed the calling. I don't know. Sticker. Old things to journal on. Or stick somewhere else in the book. Just little index cards. Scrapbook paper. A nice spot to make lists and stuff on the back, or to journal on. I've used these in a lot of my journals now. It's just a seed packet. And this seed packet has been in the garden. So this would be dirt. It's not food dirt. It's from soil and seeds and gardening. And it's been in the yard with me multiple times. It's been sitting in my gardening apron. So yeah, it's not like dirt from off the floor. It's actually soil from the garden. And I wanted to make it look a little, not that it wasn't grungy enough. I sewed up the side because it was torn. I've added little pieces of paper and stuff. And this is from I thought the gardening theme was nice because this came from a scrapbook packet. What do you call the big square? Is it still a booklet, even though it's like big? The 12 by 12s, but it was called Secret Garden. So, ooh, some things. Oh, I got these at just a local thrift store. Cute little vintage cards, irises. It's just random Temu paper. Envelope, journal space, just a paper printed from the internet, stickers, journaling things. I really have to watch when you get random books from the stores, like, you know, this book, for example, because sometimes they have naughty words in them, so I have to be careful that I don't give something inappropriate away to someone who wouldn't think it was funny, or show it on this camera. So I had a whole bunch of circles, and I glued them all together, and I'm like, I got to do something, and I thought, hey, this is a great idea. I made a little tuck spot with them. I bent them all there. So it almost looks like fish scales, which might be something I may do in an ocean theme one. I like that. And this is some music paper I cut and printed on. My little dangle dangles from one of my signatures. I think I cut the other ones. Oh, no, this one's in the envelope, which is why you can't see that signature. And this one was too short. How many signatures is in this? So I have the 3 signatures and the few pages on each end that I kept. And to keep the doily theme going through, I just stenciled a doily there. Some grunged up paper, tea and coffee dyed. Another something from my garden. Little cards to journal on. And these are from some scrapbook paper. You cut them out, and they look like little book covers. They're meant to look like book covers of old books. This can come out. There we go. And this is just some stencils. I overlapped one with another. Writing space. More random writing space. This is a little spot to journal in. Maybe someone wants to stick that somewhere else. Ooh, I like the way that sounds. I'm thinking I might start doing a little playlist, just running through things, and not talk, but do some people like to just watch is it ASMR, AMSR? People just like the sound. Found this pack of vintage cards from Slots of Fun, Blackjack, Las Vegas Boulevard. I don't know what year they're from. Queen of Hearts. Just a little cluster of doohickeys. And this is a coffee dye grunged up piece of paper for journaling. And this looks like a belly band, but it's not. It's the page just folded back. And then another nice journaling card. Some of these cards are really stiff, and they're great to use if someone, wants to put them under their paper. for journaling, so they don't poke through. Another one. And this is something else I like to do. You can use glue or Mod Podge, and you do the Mod Podge down, and you just stick some striped lined paper over it, let it dry, and then just scuff the corners off where you don't have glue and grunge it up, and you can still see everything behind it, but then you have a writing spot. And this... Okay, so I paused for a second because I wanted to check my viewing history. So a couple days ago, I watched a video from Pink Monarch Prints. All one word, capital P, capital M, capital P. And the video was called From File Folder to Folio. Make a simple junk journal folio with Pink Monarch Prints. And there's a part 1 and part 2. And when I watched it, it kind of inspired me to do this. Not this, this. So although it's not exactly like the one she created, it is very similar in the way it flips open and stuff. And obviously she has her own beautiful prints. But I just decided to use some scrapbook paper that I had because I got 1,000,000 pages of it and I have to use it. And I used a folio like she did, like just a folder you'd put files in. I'm going to have to move this over to get it right. See how you get the best view of it. And so, there we go. I'm making sure it's in frame. I've got a little tab put in there. And the idea was I would put that there to keep that closed. So open that and different pages. And I do have a pocket back here too if you want to put something really tall back there. And it's behind the whole folder. And then this would open and here's a booklet. But if you go to Pink Monarch Prints, she's got gorgeous paper with bumblebees and flowers, and I stuck with brown and beige, but hey, whatever. There we go. Thanks so much for sitting through this. I thought it would be longer, actually. And I didn't cover this time. But I do know that my style has definitely developed. But I still didn't want to leave this one behind. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.